Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam
Narayanam Namaskrityam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Naram Chaiva Narottamam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Devim Saraswatim Vyasam
Tato Jayamudirayet
Tato Jayamudiraet
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya
Bhagavati Uttama Sloke
Bhagavati Ruttama Shloke
Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki
Bhaktir Bhavatir Naishtiki.
Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 10, verse 23. Sava ayam yat padam atra surayo
Savayam Yat Padam Atra Surayo
Jitendriya nirjita matarishvana
Jitendriya Nirjita Matarishvana
Pashyanti bhakti utkalithamalatmana
Pashyanti Bhakti Utkali Malatmana
Manvesha sattvam parimarshtum arhati
Nav Esha Sattvam Parimarshtum Arhati.
Sava ayam yat padam atra surayo
Sava Ayam Yat Padam Atra Surayo
Jitendriya nirjita matarishvana
Jitendriya Nirjita Matarishvana
Pashyanti bhakti utkalithamalatmana
Pashyanti Bhakti Utkalita Malatmana
Nanvesha sattvam parimarshtum arhasi
Nanvesha Sattvam Parimarshtum Arhati.
Sava ayam yat padam atra surayo
Sava Ayam Yat Padam Atra
surayo
Surayo
Jitendriya nirjita matarishvana
Indriya Nirjita Matarishvana
Pashyanti bhakti utkalilatmalatmana
Pashyanti Bhakti Utkalita Malatmana
Nanbhavyesha sattvam parimarshtumarhati
Nanvesha Sattvam Parimarshtum Arhati.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravindha Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Sit on it. Sorry. Sa, he.
Sa, he.
Why? By providence.
Why? By providence.
I am this.
I am this.
Yet that which.
Yet that which.
Padam Atra. Here is the same personality of God, Sri Krishna.
Padam Atra. Here is the same personality of God, it's Shri Krishna.
Suraya, great devotees.
Suraya, great devotees.
Jita Indriya, who have overcome the influence of the senses.
Jitendriya, who have overcome the influence of the senses.
Nirjita, thoroughly controlled.
Nirjita, thoroughly controlled.
Matarishvana, life.
Matarishvana, life.
Pashyanti, can see.
Pashyanti, can see.
Bhakti, by dint of devotional service.
Bhakti, by dint of devotional service.
Utkalita, developed.
Utkalita, developed.
Amala Atmana, those whose minds are thoroughly cleansed.
Amala Atmana, those whose minds are thoroughly cleansed.
Nanu Esha, certainly by this only.
Nanu Esha, certainly by this only.
Sattvam, existence.
Sattvam, existence.
Parimashtum, for purifying the mind completely.
Parimashtum, for purifying the mind completely.
Arhati, deserve.
Arhati.
Translation, please repeat after me. Here is the same Supreme Personality of Godhead,
Here is the same supreme personality of God,
whose transcendental form is experienced by the great devotees,
whose transcendental form is experienced by the great devotees,
who are completely cleansed of material consciousness,
who are completely cleansed of material consciousness,
cleansed of material
Cleansed of
consciousness
material consciousness
by dint of rigid devotional service
by dint of rigid
devotional service
and full control of life and the senses.
full control of
and
the
full
life.
control of life and the senses.
And that is the only way to purify existence.
And
That is the only
way
way
to purify the existence. Wow.
Purpose.
As it is stated in Bhagavad Gita, the Lord can be known in his real nature by dint of pure devotional service only. So it is stated here that only the great devotees of the Lord who are able to clear the mind of all material dust by rigid devotional service can experience the Lord as he is. Jitendriya means one who has full control over the senses. The senses are active parts of the body and their activities cannot be stopped. The artificial means of the yogic processes to make the sense inactive has proved to be abject failure. Even in the case of great yogis like Vishwamitra Muni, Vishwamitra Muni controlled the senses by yogic trance, but when he happened to meet Menaka, a heavenly society woman, he became a victim of sex, and the artificial way of controlling the senses failed. But in the case of a pure devotee, the senses are not at all artificially stopped from doing anything, but they are given different good engagements. When the senses are engaged in more attractive activities, there is no chance of their being attracted by any inferior engagements. In the Bhagavad Gita, it is said that the senses can be controlled only by better engagements. Devotional service necessitates purifying the senses or engaging them in the activities of devotional service. Devotional service is not inaction. Anything done in the service of the Lord becomes at once purified of its material nature. The material conception is due to ignorance only. There is nothing beyond Vasudeva. The Vasudeva conception gradually develops in the heart of a learned after a prolonged acceleration of the receptive organs. But the process ends in the knowledge of accepting Vasudeva as all in all. In the case of devotional service, this very same method is accepted from the very beginning, and by the grace of the Lord, all factual knowledge becomes revealed in the heart of a devotee due to dictation by the Lord from within. Therefore, controlling the senses by devotional service is the only and easiest means.
Hari Om Tat Sat. Mama Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Jaya Pataka Swamin Ete Namine Namo Acharya Padaya Nitaya Kripa Pradayine Gaurakata Damadhaya Nagara Grama Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadhe Paschatya Desatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha Gopala Govindaram Sri Madhusudanam Mukam Karodi Vachalam Pangun Langai Tegirim Yatkirpatamaham Mande Sri Gurum Dinatharinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanyameshwaram Hari Om Tat. Very, very wonderful. Srimad Bhagavatam propagates pure, unalloyed, loving devotional service to Krishna and nothing else. So in the words, it's very, very clear that there's no other way than performing pure devotional service to Lord Sri Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So only by means of pure devotional service, Krishna can be known. This is also mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. So here also it is stated with example. In Bhagavad Gita, you get instruction, okay, how to know Krishna. That is given in Bhagavad Gita. But practically, what are the process that you need to follow in order to know Krishna and serve him lovingly is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam along with examples. So in Bhagavatam, we see all those great devotees of the Lord. They were able to clear the mind of all material dust, not by meditation, not by getting knowledge about Krishna, but simply by engaging the senses in service of Krishna. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam tatparam. Tatparatvena nirmalam. Nirmalam, malam means material. Nirmalam means absolutely no material. Krishikena krishikesha sevanam. Bhaktir uchyate. So they are following devotional service. Pure devotional service is called bhakti. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. So all the pure devotees, they are only following pure bhakti. Only pure bhakti. And because of that only, they are able to experience the Lord, because by performing devotional service, nirmalam, the mind, the heart will become nirmalam without any material influence. That is the beauty. The material energy is controlled through three modes of material nature. We call it as Maya, who is the external energy of Krishna. But you must understand that we are very fortunate in this material world that even the external energy of Krishna, Maya, she has been initiated. She has been initiated by this, in our Sampradaya, by Brahma, when he came as Srila Haridas Thakur. Just see what is not favorable. For one to perform pure, unalloyed, loving devotional service without a tinge of material attachment is only possible in our universe, in this four-headed Brahma universe. The reason is, Brahma, before doing the secondary creation of the different planetary system, Brahma got initiated by Krishna, and he has written Brahma Samhita. And after he got initiated only, he has created. And then he came as Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakura in his own parampara of Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, and he has initiated this Maya. Just see how much favorable he has made for living entities in this four-headed Brahma universe, that they can very easily take up Krishna consciousness. This is the very, very beautiful point. The soul is never inactive. When the soul is misplaced by accepting wrong identification of the body as self, so the senses are the existence for that particular soul, and the material senses are also active parts of the body, and you cannot stop the activity of the body. Shastra says you cannot stop the activity. There is a process of yogic process, so that you will be able to not engage the senses in any sensual activities. Vishwamitra, he has made his attempt. But his attempt is failed by simply the tinkling sound of the Menaka. Menaka's ankle bell. Why? because he is trying to stop his senses from engaging. If you would have heard through the ear the glories of Lord Krishna, this Menaka's tinkling bell would have never ever disturbed Vishwamitra. Of this there is no doubt. But he failed to hear from a pure devotee about Krishna, his holy name, or his pastimes, entourage, instruction, nothing he heard. He is making an attempt by dint of his own, power of yogic process. He has so much faith in the yogic process, and his process is faith, everything waste of time, because ultimately he fall a prey just like an ordinary person. He had to enter into sex life with Menaka, and he became the father of Shakuntala. This is a very, very wonderful example for all those materialists who has faith other than devotional service. And then there is also, what do you call? Jnanis. Bahunam janmanam ante. Jnanavan mam prapadyate. Vasudeva sarvamiti. Mahatma sudurlabha. So the jnanis, so the yogic attempt failed. Vishwamitra is the best example because he's the best yogi who controlled his senses. Okay. Now let us come to the jnanis. The jnani, if you see, they are searching for Krishna through the Vedic injunctions, Vedas, that get acquiring knowledge. Ultimately, they, after many, but Bahunam Janmanam, many life after lives, they have to study the Vedas to understand that Vasudeva Krishna is all in all. He is Sarva Karana Karanam. Just to understand this, they have to spend many lives. Why? They are so much attracted to the knowledge and not the person whose knowledge they are receiving. This is the contamination. Okay. But a devotee, on the other hand, he neither stops his senses artificially, nor he is going through the jnana. Rather, he understands the nature of senses is to keep engaged. Senses are always active. He understands this much knowledge is enough. So now he is intelligently apply his senses in the service of Krishna. That is called devotional service. So senses are always hankering to yield gratification, higher than gratification, higher, superior gratification. A rich man is not interested in the food in the plate of a beggar, because he wants to eat in a palatable dish on the dining table with a very cleansed, hygienic environment, higher taste he wants to give. Okay. Similarly, when you are engaging the senses in even supremely higher taste, that is Krishna's service, then anything material will become nirmalam. You will become tatparatvena nirmalam. So first of all, we have to give up. First of all, we have to start engaging devotional service, not give up something. First of all, direct the senses in the service of Krishna. Senses are anyway active. If you don't direct the senses will direct you towards the hellish planetary system by engaging in the false sense gratificatory temporary activities and waste all your valuable time. And this verse is telling there is no other way than engaging in the devotional service, following the footsteps of the pure acharyas, pure devotees. They have already proved by engaging their senses. Vishwamitra has proved that by dint of the transcending the senses, by dint of control, one cannot attain the sense control. He prayed, he fall a prey, he fall a victim in this process. So yogic process is a failure. The proof is Vishwamitra. At the same time, the senses can be engaged in a superior. After all, Menaka is not Maya personified. She is just one living entity created within the Maya with a beautiful body in the heavenly planet. That's all. Even to one small living entity, one small body, this particular Vishwamitra's all control of senses, is yogic process is failed. But at the same time, Srila Haridas Thakura when he came in his own Sampradaya of Brahma Madhva Gautiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, he was chanting the holy name 3 lakh names a day. At that time, Maya personified has come to allure him, what to speak of one lady from heavenly planet. Maya personified. One lady also came. She also came, Lakahira, and she also got initiated. And Maya personified has come to allure Srila Haridas Thakura. And Haridas Thakura did not control the senses by dint of yogic process. Rather, he has engaged the senses in a supremely tasteful engagement of chanting the holy name of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is devotional service. He is engaging all his senses in that devotional service so that the Maya who came to allure him, even she could not allure. She has got initiated. Her senses have been engaged by Haridas Thakura by engaging his own senses through oral reception of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra from the great Acharya, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakura. This Maya Devi, she got transformed and she started crying and chanting the holy name within 3 days. Just see. This is an exemplary example. In this verse, it is given the pure devotees have already proved that by engaging only in the devotional service, one can cleanse the mind and senses, and not like Vishwamitra, nor like the Jnanis of Bahunam Janmanam Anto. Because when the senses are engaged in more attractive activities, that is devotional service, there is no chance for inferior engagement. How will the sense will go for an inferior engagement? So that is why in Bhagavad Gita, it is said the way you control senses is not by trans yogic process, but by better engagement. You give the Hrishikena Hrishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. So devotional service means giving our senses the supreme engagement on the supreme personality of Godhead senses. That is called devotional service. As soon as a small wire is connected to a big, huge aluminum plate, the whole plate is electrified completely. You can never see the property of aluminum from that plate, but you will see the property of electricity from that plate. In the similar way, when you engage your senses, your senses, as soon as it touches the senses of Krishna, this can happen by chanting the holy name of the Lord. As soon as it touches the pure personified Krishna's touch, the senses of ours will purify our senses to great extent that no other process could purify the senses to that extent. And even if someone tries like Vishwamitra, the senses will again get contaminated. But when you engage the senses in Krishna's holy name, then there is no chance of any kind of inferior engagement possible. Not at all possible. Maya personified has failed and she became a devotee. So in our creation, if you see in our universe, Brahma, Pratham Acharya, he is also initiated and he incarnated as Ramacharya. Again, he came as Acharya in his own parampara. And he has initiated the Maya Devi also, so that the people of Kali Yuga will not be allured by Maya. So now whatever Maya Devi possesses, it's paraphernalia of Krishna, because Maya is an initiated devotee. She is chanting the holy name every day. So anything provided at Maya is already purified. You need to simply engage it and offer it to Krishna. It has become very easy now. She made it, Haridas Thakur, the same Brahma, has made it very easy for all the living entities of this universe. Just to see. Because when Brahma created, at that time, he was worrying that I am a spiritual master and I am supposed to give them path of liberation, but I am being duty of Brahma. I have to engage them in the illusory energy. So it was a painful service for the spiritual master to engage a conditioned soul in an entangled manner. So Brahma was worrying already. Now today, by the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this Brahma's desire was also fulfilled. The Brahma He came as Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakura, and Lord Chaitanya made his wish fulfill. Okay, don't worry, your creations will not be under the illusion. Let me give you the illusion personified to you as your disciple. So the Maya Devi got initiated from Haridas Thakur. See, such a wonderful opportunity we have got in this universe. You will never ever get in this universe or the next, in this birth or the next, such a golden opportunity. And the completely connected, we are connected to Haridas, we are connected to Brahma, we are connected to Krishna, we are connected to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, both by Guru Maharaj as well as by chanting the holy name of the Lord. The process given by Guru Maharaj by being an example. So we need to understand how to engage our senses or how to give a better engagement to our senses. And it has been proven and it has been taught and we are practicing by simply chanting the holy name of the Lord. There are 9 devotional processes. Sravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Archanam, Vandanam, Pada Sevanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma Nivedanam. So these are all the 9 devotional processes, services, which will automatically see to that your senses are engaged in these services. So your senses are purified. So easy to engage them in the activities of devotional service. So devotional service is highly active. It is not stopping the senses from its activities. You cannot actually stop the senses from its activity even for a while. So anything done for Krishna, in the service of Krishna, that at once becomes purified of its material nature. This is the beauty, this is the power of devotional service. And Lord Chaitanya has empowered fully this devotional service into the chanting of the holy name, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Because ignorance means material. Ignorance means forgetful of Krishna, Vasudeva. As soon as you perform devotional service, your forgetfulness is vanished or relinquished. And then your remembrance of Krishna is established in the heart. Sraddhe hridaya vrudyate atra krutabihi susru shubhistat kshanat. By oral reception of this Bhagavad Katha, submissively and attentively, will immediately cleanse the heart and put Krishna in the heart. You come directly in touch with Krishna by chanting the holy name. Then automatically he will, all other organs will start engaged in the devotional service. Heart is the core of all other organs. And if some jnanis will acquire knowledge, their heart also transforms, but their last stage is to accept Vasudeva as all in all. Vasudeva sarvamiti mahatmasu durlabha. Those rare souls who are jnanis, after many, many lives, their conclusion is to know Krishna is all in all. But for the devotee, that is a beginning. What is end of the jnani after many, many lifetimes continuously is the beginning of a devotee's life. Just see the beauty. Because devotional service, after knowing Vasudeva is all in all, that is not the conclusion. Then he has to hanker for a devotional service. And those jnanis cannot perform devotional service unless otherwise they come in contact with a devotee. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. Bhakti cannot be known from the Vedas. Vedeshu durlabham atma bhaktav. Only atma bhaktas have the bhakti, not the Vedas. So by the knowledge, you cannot get bhakti. By dint of your process of yogic process of controlling senses, you cannot get bhakti. And if you're not getting bhakti, all your attempts are futile, attempts sramaye vahi kevalam. There is no use of such attempt, waste of time, because samsiddhir haritoshanam is not happening. The ultimate goal of life is to satisfy Krishna or Vishnu. That is not happening either through jnana or through yoga, because in both you are only coming to understanding. But what is the use of understanding if not serving the Lord? And you cannot serve the Lord by understanding. You cannot serve the Lord by any amount of knowledge or any amount of yogic process. Only by associating with a simple, pure devotee will you be able to render service. You need not be a jnani. You need not be a yogi. You have surpassed all those things. The person who comes through lift, he need not undergo the staircase, nor he need to have any knowledge about the staircase. He has already reached his destination. That is Bhakti Yoga. When you come in contact with a pure devotee, you are airlifted. So you don't need to worry. Your actions are only nothing material, no climbing at all. Simply engaging the senses in the owner of the senses' service. So by chanting Hare Krishna in the association of pure devotees, or after hearing from the pure devotee, we tend to please Krishna. They are teaching us by being an example that how to please Krishna rather than how to see Krishna. So when you please Krishna, then Krishna will see you. When Krishna will see you, wherever Krishna's glance, there is nothing material. There is only devotional services. So automatically those things will be revealed from within the heart. And Krishna is also there in the form of Paramatma. Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. He will give you that bhakti process when you are following a pure, unalloyed, loving, devotional service performing devotee. So controlling senses by dint of devotional service is the only way to attain Krishna. And there is no other way, no other way, no other way. The same thing is told in the different way, Nardi Purana, that Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama Iva Kevalam. So this is nothing but chanting Hare Krishna, engaging in pure devotional service. Kalai Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva. There's no other way, no other way, no other way. 3 times written. The first no other way means you cannot attain this through karma. The second no other way means you cannot attain through jnana. And the third no other way means you cannot attain this through yogic process also, any other Ashtanga yoga process. So karma, jnana and yoga process fails in its attempt and entangles you back into this material world. But devotional service, simply chanting the holy name, immediately relieves you from any kind of material engagement, putting you in the Tat Paratvena Nirmalam platform, and so that you can engage your senses, Hrishikena Hrishikesha Shaivanam, Bhakti Ruchete. That is real bhakti. And when we follow the bhakta, we will become bhakta. Bhakti will come from bhakti. Bhakti will not come from knowledge. Bhakti will not come from detachment. Bhakti will not come from karma. Bhakti will not come from any Ashtanga Siddhi Hatha Yoga system. Bhakti will come from a bhakta, Atma Bhakta, Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham. Even Vedas cannot reach Krishna. To know Krishna, Atma Bhaktas only knows. Only pure, unalloyed, loving devotional service performers. Those who are in the Tat Paratvena Nirmalam, Sarvapadi Vinirmuktam, they don't take any kind of material designation, whether it is gross or subtle. They took the humble position of their original constitutional position in relation with Krishna and performing actively involved 24 hours, both day and night, without cessation in the devotional service. When we follow such a person, when we get association of such a person, just like our Guru Maharaj, who is live, and then you will know, okay, what is the power of this devotional service? That which can never be attained through any other means, in any other form, in any other way. You will be able to easily obtain that. So you directly, when you engage devotional service, you have already crossed the conclusion that is achieved by jnanis, the conclusion that is achieved by Ashtanga yogis, what to speak of the conclusion achieved by karmis. Akarma, karma sarva, akama sarva kamova, moksha kama udaradi, tivrena bhakti yogena yajate purusha param. In Srimad Bhagavatam is always propagating pure and loving devotional service is the only means. Whether akama sarva kamova, whether you have no material desire, or you have all kinds of desire, or you want liberation for anything, Tivrena Bhakti Yogana. You have to determine in the devotional service, otherwise you won't even get the result of what to speak of this thing, karma. Even jnana, yoga, devotional service, if you not touched, you cannot get the result of that also. So that is the position. So there is no other way, no other means than the devotional service. This is one thing. Second thing, devotional service is the easiest means also. Other processes are very hard, very difficult, but then the result you cannot achieve. And devotional service is very easy and result is very easily achieved. So why one should voluntarily want to suicide, knowing well there is a well-established life is available for him eternally? So simply take the association of Bhagavatas and Bhagavatam and then, engage in chanting the holy name of the Lord, and then please purify your senses in this way, and then preach the same thing to others. Yare dekho tare kaha Krishna upadesa. So this is instruction given by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Namacharya, Haridas Thakur, and Brahma Haridas. Everybody, they lived by example. They quote bad examples also, like Vishwamitra. What is the use? And the Jnanis who achieve ultimately the liberation, what is the use? Impersonal Brahman. That is Kaivalyam Narakayate. After Bahunam Janmanam Anto, when they come, and if they want to merge into impersonal Brahman, then that is worse than Naraka. So this is the verdict of devotees related to devotional service. Any questions or comments or realization, please share with me. 5, 4.
Hare Krishna, sir.
2.
Hare Krishna, sir.
Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
Sir, from this purpose, sir, we clearly see, sir, the difference between the yogic process and the devotional, the bhakti process. Sir. Like, the very good example, Vishwamitra, how he was like doing this stance, the yogic process. But he, like, when Menaka came, it got broke. But when Haridas Thakur and we see the devotional service, like Haridas Thakur was chanting, and like he was such a pure devotee. And when that Maya, he initiated even Maya. So clearly we see the difference between yogic and the devotional service. So yes, the devotional service is the only way. No other way can save us actually from this. Only devotional service can save us.
Jai. Jai, so wonderful. You have understood the purport so perfectly. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So we have got the easiest process. Let's take
Yes,
it.
very easiest,
Yes.
like very sublime, very easiest process, like only like chanting and doing 90
Yeah.
process. So very
That's right. Jai.
Yesterday, Guru Maharaj also says the same thing in the class, like last time, like Haridas Thakur, like initiated Maya Devi. So we are really very fortunate that we have got Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Srila Prabhupada, and our dearest Guru Maharaj. We are really very fortunate.
Jai. Jai Guru Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Gandhara Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Bhagavad Satsang ki jai. Patita
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Mancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you very much.